That was quite a good slurping noise. That should be the start. Welcome back to A Coffee and a Cry. After a long break.
Yeah, man. Way longer than...
We're back. And more committed.
Yeah.
Definitely more committed.
Oh, yeah. We are back.
We took a Christmas... Basically, what happened was... We took a break because we obviously separated for Christmas. It's not maybe it's not that we're married.
Separated.
We separated for Christmas, and we decided to obviously stop doing this because we had dissertations hand in February.
Yeah.
So we decided to basically stop.
We
for a bit.
basically prioritised the dissertation, which I think was the right move.
Yeah, because now we're in March, and it's actually the beginning of March. We only had our dissertation last month.
Yeah, it feels like we did that ages ago.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice. So, yeah, we decided to prioritise the dissertations, and now that they're handed in, we have a little bit more time again. So we're going to come back, be slightly more committed to it. Mm-hmm. And this is now season 2 of A Coffee and a Cry.
Which we are now, drum roll, on Spotify.
I don't know if that drum roll's going to work at all.
Hopefully she did do a drum roll for us. But we're on Spotify now.
Yeah.
So all links will be on our blogs as usual and our socials, and you can find us on Spotify.
That's actually the best thing. We've been trying to get on Spotify for so long, and it kept appearing that it's going to be really easy, just upload, and it was actually really, really difficult.
Well, actually, no, we made it out more difficult than it was going to be.
Yeah,
really.
we accidentally made 2 accounts or something, and then we couldn't basically deactivate one of them. Oh, it was a bit
pain.
Yes,
yeah.
But now it's all hopefully it will all be on there.
Yeah.
So you can go and listen to that, and we'll be plugging that constantly.
Yeah. And basically, what's going to happen now is I don't want to sound too this is going to be it, but because we're coming back now and we're definitely more committed, we've got a set structure now that we're going to do things in. Because so a lot of this is going to be leading into new topics and stuff like that, because we have a set way we're going to do this now, don't we? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was just when we first started, it was just us getting drunk and
yeah. It was just us being hey, you know what we should do? A podcast. We talk. We should just record it.
But then we got quite a bit more interest than I thought we were going to, and then it just looked embarrassing to have it online. So we started with a proper topic.
Yeah.
We had proper segments. So the first one, and I'm going to lead us into it right now, is we're going to have a weekly book club. Because if you don't know, which you probably do, Katie and I both study media and creative writing, which means that we read a lot. Well, we have to read a lot.
We have to read a lot.
So we're just both going to go into it with a book that we've really enjoyed reading, which it doesn't necessarily mean we finished it or are going to carry on reading it, because sometimes these, I can't lie, sometimes I am going to bring a negative opinion to the book I'm reading.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't like every book.
No. When most of the time, if I'm reading something for uni, I won't finish it.
Yeah.
Because I'll get to the point that I need and then just give up. But we do a book club alongside our degree at the same time, so it'll be similar to any other book club. It won't be every single podcast, but every couple of weeks or so we'll do a book club segment, and we'll just talk about books we're liking. Anyway, okay,
so the book I'm reading this week is The F Word by Lily Pebbles, and this is the most basic bitch, you have to mark explicit content on this, basic bitch book that you can find in your local
first
Urban
of all, you can buy it in Urban Outfitters, which kind of suggests a lot of it. But also Lily Pebbles, what a name! And
I looked her up. Her name is Lily Pebbles. I checked it out for this.
Awesome! That's the cutest name. How she isn't she's not a character in one of her own books.
She's a podcaster.
Oh.
So basically, the F word does not stand for what you think it stands for. It stands for female friendship. And it's about how to be...
You said that like you were advertising.
I'm advertising. She basically writes about how to be friends with women in a feminist-driven world, because usually you get told to pull down the women around you and that the women around you are competition, when in reality they're not, and you shouldn't compare yourselves to anyone.
Yeah. It's really weird because in I haven't read it yet, but in a kind of, I always assume that in a working environment, every woman that's near me is competition.
That's so weird.
I always think that. But then in any other aspect, if you see you know, a woman that's being harassed or something, or, you know, being a bit mistreated on the bus, I'm like, I'm there for you, girl.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to come and save you.
How weird.
But, like, yeah, in a like a work environment, I'm
see-
always like, oh, yes, she's my competition.
Yeah, I guess. But I see every person as competition in a work environment.
Yeah.
Unless you're the manager.
I don't know, but I don't know why. But I always see, like, I really do have it where I see other women, like, especially, like, I think it's part of my, like, own motivation. Like, even, like, at college, I would see Hope as competition because I knew that if I was, like, on the same level or trying to be on the same level as her, I was doing all right. Similar to you. Like, if I'm constantly trying to get onto your level, competing with you, it means that I pull my grades up.
I mean, I guess. I don't
But,
see
I mean,
anyone...
I can't see that as a really healthy thing.
I don't really see anyone as competition. I'm more focused on my own failures.
Yeah.
My own failures, not my own achievements. My own failures.
My own failures.
But I really am enjoying this book. It has a lovely tone. If you enjoy funny writing, this is the book for you. I would say it's made to be taken with a pinch of salt. Like, it's interesting, but it is very opinionated. It's our own opinion, so you might not agree with every opinion. I haven't not agreed with one yet. But it also, if you're not like a highly... This is a book for women. And I'd say that again, like, with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, it's 2019. Do whatever you want. Hopefully that... I don't know if you can hear that car. No, you can't. Do whatever you want. But also, like, I would say this is genuinely for women.
Yeah.
It is about female friendship and the idea of being in a feminist-driven world that tells women to be a certain way.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. What are you reading this week?
I'm currently reading The Humans by Matt Haig. It's his newest book. I've never read any Matt Haig. But, yeah, it was weird because, well, for starters, it's got a dog on the front cover. First, like, attraction. Like, yes, dogs. I'm here for that. But it's actually, like, I guess it's sci-fi. I guess. Or fantasy or, you know. But, and I never ever read anything like that. But it's basically about, essentially, like, an alien, I think. I'm only like about, I don't know, I'm not very far in at all at the moment, but a lot has already happened. But it's like an alien has been sent to Earth to replace this human being, and because like the overlords or whatever, you know, he's done something wrong and they need to correct it, basically. So they've sent this alien to go and do the dirty work. But what's funny is that it's like essentially just a social commentary on human beings, because this alien obviously is seeing all these things that we do, and he's like talking like, why do humans do so many things that make them unhappy? And you're there like, this is hilarious because why do we do that? Like it is really quite amusing. And at the moment it's sort of, you know, it's at that point where as the alien's becoming more adjusted to human life, he's sort of taking on emotions that humans do as well. So it's quite. I'm interested to see where it goes and see if he sort of you know immerses into what being a human being really is.
I definitely want to read that.
Yeah,
it looks good.
It looks good. It's bizarre because I never ever read anything like that, and I just saw
I
it.
hate sci-fi.
Yeah, same. I hate anything fantasy. I'm really like I love non-fiction about kids with leukemia. Like that will make me cry at the end. That is literally my genre of book. But no, it seems like kind of just light-hearted, funny. The stuff, it's like really like he is an alien that's been dropped on planet Earth, and he is talking about like how, you know, why is everyone laughing at me because he's not got any clothes on type thing, and he just doesn't understand it. And it does make you sort of sit back and be like, oh yeah, why do we do that?
Yeah.
And so I'm excited for it, which is weird. I'm never excited for a fantasy book.
No,
so.
nor am I. Gross, I hate fantasy, but it does sound good. I want to read it after you.
Yeah, it is good. Like we
go
back books, and then we go back to like what's new in your life. What's new? What's happened this week?
Okay.
For us.
Okay, so actually, recently it's been Valentine's Day, so we can go on to talk a little bit about Valentine's Day and life updates, and then you can go on to what Jack got you, and that leads you to weekly favourites.
Fine, sure.
Okay, so more on life updates, I guess.
I guess that's what we're going to call this podcast: life updates and other things.
Yeah, basically.
But I mean,
it's a new welcome back one.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So basically, it's been Valentine's Day recently.
Well, not that recently.
Well, February. Well, it's been recent for us because we don't do anything.
Yeah.
All we do is work. All we do is drink coffee and cry.
Anyway.
No, but it's been Valentine's Day recently.
Yeah, it has. Did you
both...
have a good Valentine's Day?
I had an okay Valentine's Day. Again, it's work. Like we have so much uni work that it kind of just becomes like Yeah, it's Valentine's Day and you can do something nice, but also you do have to come back and do work.
It's
not
hard.
like-
Yeah, it's hard when it falls like midweek. Like, what was it?
Yeah.
This year it was on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Because we were going to do a Galentine's Day.
We didn't end up doing it.
You didn't
I
end
got
up
you a
doing
card.
that. You did, and
Yeah.
I didn't give
No.
one back because I think that's stupid. Like, why would you?
Because Valentine's Day.
No, but like, that's no. Why? That's only been introduced since like Leslie Knope introduced it back in
Yeah,
the day.
I guess.
Like, I think that's so. Like, I mean, I appreciated the card. It had calls.
Yeah, thanks.
It was a space card.
Yeah, you technically picked it, you just didn't know.
Yeah, but like I think that's silly. I used to
what
date a
did
guy who gave Valentine's Day cards to his mum and stuff.
Yeah, I gave one to my mum.
No, why?
I also gave one to my dog.
Well, you're just a whole other species of human.
Okay, so what did you get for Valentine's Day?
I asked for something for Valentine's Day, which
Yeah.
I don't normally do because I like in terms of gifts. I love it when people genuinely think about me,
Mhm.
like for 10 minutes, and get me something that they think I might like. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
But this time I actually asked for something, and in Starbucks, because it's like, it must be seasonal, they have new like mugs and stuff like that you can actually buy, as well as like the sort of reusable cups and things like that. But they have actual mugs, and they brought out a new thing of mugs, and there were these white ones that said like Starbucks like Seattle, and they
Yeah.
were like matte, and I
Mm.
really liked them, and I was really close to buying myself one, and I was like, Jan.
Would you say that's your weekly favourite?
Yes, another segment we're doing now is weekly favourites, and that actually, yeah, I've been using that almost every single day, and I just like matte mugs.
Yeah, yeah.
They make me really happy.
I don't have any matte mugs, I don't think.
My
Is it your
old-
first one?
My old housemate used to have like a blue one and like a navy one, and it was so nice. Like it's so much nicer than like
Yeah.
a glossy mug. I'm using a glossy mug at the moment, but
Yeah. Well,
It's not the
basically,
same.
as you just said, we're going to have a segment called Weekly Favourites, and that is your weekly fave.
I think that's my weekly favourite.
Yeah, because basically,
With chamomile tea,
When-
that's another favourite.
yeah, with Camel D, when you're at uni, you have to find little things that spark you joy. Because otherwise you'll just
You'll
cry
fall
all the
into
time.
a pit of depression otherwise.
So my weekly favourite, which
Yes.
we're also going to have, just so you know, weekly annoyances, because we are very angry. And no, I'm not.
I'm an angry
I'm an
individual.
angry. It's not that we'll explain when we get there. But basically, my weekly favourite is going to be so I got this. I have a story to go along with this. I got a white jumper for Christmas. I know we're doing weekly favourites, but I'm wearing it a lot this week because I can't tell the weather. And it's quite
Yeah.
a light jumper, so it's quite easy to wear. It's just from Primark. It's just a white chenille jumper. Yeah, it's nice. It's cute. It's got like a little turtleneck. It looks nice. I went home just at the end of February for my dad's birthday, and I took it to my mum. I was like, Mum, this jumper has a hole in it. Like, can you sew the hole up? And she was like, yeah, sure, it's chenille fabric. Like, they do get holes in it. You just want to sew it up. The hole started from my wrist and went all the way past my armpit down to the right,
gosh.
very, very bottom of my jumper. And my mother was like, so it's not a hole then, you just have half a jumper left.
Your jumper
So-
just fell apart.
So she sewed it back up, and for the whole of March so far, I've been wearing it. And I would say that's definitely my weekly favourite. Like,
Yeah.
definitely.
Solid.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
What about weekly annoyances?
Oh,
Because you spoke to me about this earlier, and I completely agree. But it's like the weirdest thing to decide this week is going to annoy you.
It really annoyed me. So I watch a lot of American YouTube. Like, a lot. As most people do, because most of them
Don't
YouTube
we
is
all?
American.
Yeah.
And I'm obviously British, as you can probably tell by my voice. But Americans have this thing where they go hiking. Now, when I watch these hiking vlogs and stuff, to me, a British person, it just looks like they're going on a walk.
Yeah.
But they act like it's an extreme sport. I'm so sorry if you're American and I'm offending you. But like,
Leave a comment down below if you think hiking is stupid.
well, they put on their trainers and like hiking gear. I've got inverted commas, you can't see me, but hiking gear is something that I would just put on my wellies and put my dog on a lead for.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why they're calling it a hike.
Yeah, it's like just a hill. And it's all
Yeah.
like, and the thing that, like, I agree in the fact that it's sort of like when you see vlogs and YouTubers going on a hike, it's all like really big paths. Like, there's just like, not necessarily like tarmac or anything like that, but it's like a dust sand path or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, in England, a hike means that you're just like,
A hike means that you
Scaling
at
a
one point-
mountain.
Yeah, at one point you're going to die. At one point, there is a point where you're like, oh my god, this is the end of my life.
Yeah, I always imagine it with like mountains and like a cliff face. Like we're going to the top of a mountain.
And you abseil down.
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
if you go to the top of a mountain and you like fell, you just fall and you just die. Like that's the hike Whereas what they do is just walking.
It's like extreme walking, but they call it hiking.
Yeah.
I just think it's really strange. That's really annoying me this week, because every time I watch it, I'm like, you're not hiking, you're having a walk. What's your weekly annoyance?
Oh my gosh, right. I relived mine. So basically, I have a bath shower here. This is like the stupidest weekly annoyance, but I'm sure loads of people agree with it. I have like a bath shower here, and like I've got a hot and cold tap, and there's like the most minimal difference between scalding hot and freezing cold. And I don't mean like you turn it like a millimeter. I mean like I can touch the tap and that will change how much cold water is coming through. And the reason why I relived this was because I went back to my parents' house for study week, and I went there and I had a shower thinking, oh yes, I can have like a normal shower and change the temperature. And theirs is the same. They just have one thing that you turn.
But you've obviously showered there before.
No, but it wasn't as bad as this. It was sort of like you turned it and it would get hotter, and you turned it the other way and it would get colder. But this, it sort of like is stuck on like the hottest, and you have to like push a button in to turn it colder. But because the button's so like stiff, you have to force it, and then you turn it, and then loads of cold water comes through. I can hear you getting irate. It was so annoying. Because like, I literally, when I'm at uni, I have baths all the time, because like, even though it's more water, it's just so much easier than trying to figure out the freaking knobs on this stupid shower. Literally, I have to like, if I want to shower, I have to add like an extra half an hour to my morning routine just for turning these knobs to try and like perfect it. And so I always have bath here instead, which has led to me buying a lot of bath bombs. But like, I went home and I got so annoyed because like, all I want is just like a normal shower to work. And so now I'm like really on it. So when I move out, wherever like I live next, I'm like, the first thing I'm going to test is the shower.
Yeah, no,
because that is like, I can't.
When they show you around the house, you turn on the shower.
Literally, like it's so annoying. It's just sort of one of those things where you're like, I just want to be clean. All I want is to be clean right now, and I don't have time to like run a bath right now. Have a quick shower. Like, I literally did it the other day, where I leant over, like put my head over the bath and like did it like I was like at a hairdresser's or something, just shampooing my like own head without getting my body wet, because I can handle cold water on my head, but like having a cold shower in the morning, gross. Nah, I'm not about it.
Yeah. Another
thing that has really been annoying me, like, oh my gosh, this is like the most annoying, terrifying thing ever, which is actually something happened in the news this week, something scary or something bleak. We're gonna talk about it, what's the fuss? At the end of the day, it's news to us. The Momo doll, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Momo doll?
We have a brand new system to do this now, so I'm going to scroll up the document so you can see the research. Okay, so I'm going to give you a bit of background on what Momo is. Okay, so Momo doll is... It was a Japanese doll that someone created, and it was meant to be called... It's actually called the Mother Bird statue.
Oh.
It has bird legs.
Oh, like a chicken?
Yeah, like a chicken. And the story behind the Momo doll, when it going onto kids' YouTube and telling kids to like kill themselves and stuff, was actually created by a creepypasta. So it's not real.
Oh.
At all, well, even the slightest. The doll is real, which is actually now it's not. They've actually destroyed it now.
Yeah.
But the doll has been popping up on every single one of my social medias.
Yep.
And its face is terrifying. Honestly, if you want to not sleep tonight, go Google it. It's so scary, and it's all over my Facebook.
Yeah. Well, the reason why it like popped up again is because I'm sure lots of people have seen. Obviously, Shane Dawson brought out his new series of conspiracy theories, and in one of them, he had a clip. Like, it must have been only about like, I don't know, a second, like a few frames in there, and it had a picture of the Momo doll. And that, like, image, it stopped you from watching it.
Yeah, I stopped watching it, and then I went back, like, a day later.
Like, I carried on watching it, but its face really had, like, a deep impression on me. Like, I had real trouble sleeping because my imagination just went wild with it, because it really scared me. And the thing that scared me was because I, like, didn't expect it.
No.
And then, because it came up on Shane Dawson's thing, and obviously millions of people saw that, the stories of it, so it would... pop up? Was it on children's games or like gaming videos?
Well, basically, what the story was is that it would pop up on kids, because obviously YouTube has a sub YouTube called YouTube for Kids,
right?
Or Kids YouTube Kids or something. And apparently, it would pop up halfway through like Peppa Pig episodes and stuff, and be like, It would start saying like things like, "Oh, go make a sandwich," and they could be like, "Okay, I'll go make a sandwich," and then it would eventually get to go take a whole load of pills, and then so it was like essentially hypnotizing the children. But basically YouTube issued a statement basically saying that they haven't seen any evidence of this.
Okay.
They've seen no evidence. No one has died from it. So all the news outlets saying that 2 people have died was a hoax. Yeah. And it's just basically that YouTube wouldn't allow something like this to happen, which I don't know if we trust necessarily, but...
I mean, I trust that slightly more than the fact that maybe 2 kids have died suddenly just popping up. But yeah, because it came back up into the news, it meant that people were like sharing it on Facebook and making memes of it and stuff. Like that was the thing that really got to me, was that like, sure, if it's like a news article, or even, Philip DeFranco had a video, and it was on my Facebook, and the front frame of it was the doll rather than it being Philip DeFranco, and it was sort of like, why does it keep and it just, you're innocently scrolling through Facebook and then it would just bam right there, and it was terrifying me. It was so scary, and that's why I literally stopped going on Facebook for a while. Every time I did see it, I'd unfollow whoever shared it.
I just muted the post.
It was horrible, and that I
haven't seen it in a while.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
But no, it really, really like freaked me out, and I was like really very unhappy that was like everywhere, and I thought, children are seeing this? Like, I showed my parents and stuff, and they didn't find it that scary, and I was like, I'm sweating every time I see it. Like, it's horrible.
So basically, apparently what's sad is that it wasn't real, but now it's caught so much media attention, it probably is going to be a thing. Yeah,
that's true.
Like, people are going to start doing it. Like, every time I click on a YouTube video, I'm like, is Momo going to pop up in this?
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking. Like, I keep watching, like, if I'm watching YouTube videos that ever talk about the news or current events, I'm so scared that they're going to just bring a picture of it up.
Yeah.
Like, and, can't remember what I was going to say now. Damn, I did.
But anyway, talking of like YouTube, I've kind of been staying off YouTube a bit because I'm getting excited, and this is kind of our last segment that we're going to do. But I've kind of been doing, I'm watching a lot of crime documentaries and stuff because I'm getting ready for The Act to come out, which I don't know if you know what The Act is. I haven't really told you much about it. It's coming out on Hulu, but I'm definitely sure Netflix are also going to put it on because there is no way they're not. But basically, there was a girl called Gypsy Rose. I'm going to explain you briefly. It's quite a long story, so I'll explain briefly. But she killed her mum when she was like 16, because her mum spent her whole life pretending that Gypsy Rose, her daughter, the one who killed her, was disabled. So she would shave her hair, make her go in a wheelchair, would literally give her pills and pills and pills and pills and pills to make her seem ill all the time. And she would collect all the benefits and everything. And then one day, Gypsy Rose got fed up with lying because she knew she could walk. Like, out of everything, she knew she could walk. Yeah. So she got her boyfriend, who she had met online, which her mum didn't know about, to kill her. Wow. And then she went to prison. Which is like a really, really contested thing because this girl was being held hostage by her mum. Yeah. So it was almost like self-defense, but she still got life in prison. Wow. And the documentary's coming out, and I'm really excited.
That does sound good.
It's going to be really good.
I love that there's this whole documentary thing, and everyone's just like...
Yeah, because the Ted Bundy one just came out.
Yeah, and there was the Ted Bundy tapes, and then there was also the, like...
The film isn't out yet, but it will be soon.
Oh, okay. But all of that, you know, and there's I read online somewhere that there's going to be a Madeleine McCann documentary, maybe.
Basically, they want to make one. Apparently it's in progress, but it's receiving a lot of negative feedback because, like, the government keep putting funding into this girl when there are loads of cases that go missed every single day. That's why, and it's kind of like, is this worth it? Because this girl, they've been looking for this girl since like 2014, 2004,
2004. More.
Oh, right, sorry, 2014 is a bit.
Yeah, no.
But like years and years and years. Yeah. And like, there's so much evidence that she's dead.
Yeah. But again, like Making a Murderer, I'm still just interested. You know?
Have you watched it yet?
Making a Murderer, I watched the first 5 episodes because I wanted to get through it.
Was it good?
Man, it got so boring in the middle.
I thought it was boring at the beginning and I couldn't watch it.
Well, like, I was, like, into it, and then it was just too much legal stuff, too much courtroom stuff, and I was like, I need more to have happened. Like, by this point, I just want to know what's happening. And they're doing, like, the 2nd season of that or whatever, so I don't know how there's more that's developed.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm still intrigued by it. I love that
Yeah.
everyone is like vicariously living through like serial killers with all of these
Yeah,
Netflix
I don't know, but, like,
documentaries.
To be honest, like Gypsy Rose, like, I only watched some of the Ted Bundy tapes. I've watched oh God, is it Hiding in Plain Sight? Don't quote me on that. I don't know if it's called that, but that one was like,
Oh yeah,
is it
yeah.
Hiding in Plain Sight?
I can't remember what it's called.
But that one was like the whole time I spent going, how are these people so stupid?
Yeah,
The whole entire time. But this Gypsy Rose one, like, I personally don't believe this girl should have got life in prison. Like, she was being held captive.
Yes.
That's what I mean. Like, it's something that this girl, but she admitted it. Like, when she went to the police, she was like, yeah, I did it.
yeah.
Because she did do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, she's like,
That's much more interesting than it being like did they do it? She's like, yeah, I did it, but is
And
it right?
her mum even lied to her about how old she was. Like, when she went to the police station, she said, like, oh, I'm 13. And they were like, no, you're 16. And she was like, no, I'm 13. And she genuinely didn't know that she was lying. And they were like, you're 16. And she was like, what? Like, her mum had lied to her about every single aspect of her life.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm really excited.
When's
to
it
watch
coming out?
2019. It's going to be it's
It
going to be a
is
series.
2019.
Yeah, but it just says 2019.
Oh man.
I'm
okay.
hoping at the end of this month, I think it's coming out.
Oh,
I'm
fun.
hoping. That's me being optimistic. What are you looking forward to?
I'm not gonna say mine because mine's so lame.
No, do yours. Do yours.
What am I looking forward to? I'm going ice skating tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
Not
like
with me.
no. I'm going back home to Romford and going ice skating at the Romford Ice Rink with my fiance, and it's
Nice.
going to be adorable. I'm so excited. There's going to be so many kids there. It's going to
Yeah.
be so annoying. We went there when it first opened, and it was full of teenagers because we forgot that like that's quite a good place to go and hang out if you're a teenager.
Yeah.
And so we went thinking that it would be completely empty.
Is
Like,
Jack a good ice skater?
he's pretty good. He
Are
can
you
go
good?
like backwards and stuff. I'm good in the sense that I don't need to hold the side, and like after a while, I'm like pretty comfortable. But I'm in
Does Jack
constant.
leave you to go ice skating?
Yeah, he'll leave
Yeah,
me
that
to go
doesn't
around
it?
faster.
Yeah.
But I'm in constant fear that I'm actually going to fall over, which
Yeah.
makes me really stiff.
Which is weird because Jack's 30, and if he fell, it's more
He's
likely
gonna break a hip.
He would more likely hurt something than you would.
Actually, to be fair, he's hurt his rib, so maybe. But yeah, no, you know when you see kids and they just like fall over and bounce up? I know that if I fall over, I'm staying down. So,
Yeah.
and I haven't fallen over in a long time ice skating, but yeah,
Touch wood.
touch wood.
So basically, this is going to be our new structure.
Yeah,
We have set things that we're going to talk about. It's going to be it's going to be even more structured next time.
shocking.
I know. It's just because we want to do this like every week,
Yeah.
which was our intent anyway from the beginning, and we were quite good at doing it every week in the beginning.
Yeah,
But the novelty wore off, and then we need to realise that this is not a novelty thing. Like, this
Yeah.
is something we want to go into social media and stuff. This is something we need to do,
Yeah.
and we enjoy it.
yeah, it's good. It's a nice like outlet. I'm pretty sure we're going to do a week where we talk about why we started the podcast.
Yeah,
why
definitely.
we're still doing the podcast,
And we're
going
going
back
to
to
do
it.
a mini series, aren't we,
Yeah.
about university, because our university is coming to an end.
Or
We're
I mean, our
we're
university is going to be there, but our course is ending, as is our degrees.
Yeah.
So,
So-
that creates a very interesting kind of environment to be in when you know that the course is ending
Yeah.
and all of your teachers are going to be out of a job in the next 2 months.
Yeah, but like we're literally gonna do this every week,
Yeah.
and we're gonna do a mini series, and it's gonna be fun, and we're gonna have fun.
And maybe we'll get some extra people,
We definitely
some
will.
special guests.
I
I don't know if they're going to be that
We're
special.
definitely gonna do a movie one, but a more structured movie one. So
Yeah.
maybe we could have my other half on, because that'd be fun.
That would be good.
She's very northern. We will add subtitles. No. Thank you very much for listening. Check us out on Spotify.
Yeah.